guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another renovation video. So this week, obviously I showed you last week, we are back in our home and we have got quite a few things going on. As you can hear, I've still got the Dyson going on because we still don't have any heating, but we have the electricians coming this week, we have the plumbers coming this week, our worktops are going in, the kitchen decorator is coming to paint, and we are also having our kitchen finished off as well, like the doors on and the shelves put in and things like that. So there is going to be so much activity going on this week. So by the end of this video, you will see so much progress. Oh, we're also actually having the steps on our patio built and just more of the patio finished off and a bit down the side as well, which is good. So like I said, so much is going to be happening this week. I'm very, very excited for it. It is starting to get a little bit chilly. So in the evenings, like it's actually fine throughout the day in our house, but in the evenings, we do start to get a little bit cold. So I cannot wait for us to get the heating on. And if you guys have ever had underfloor heating before, then you'll know what you have to do with that once you've had tiles put on top, is you have to like notch it up like half a degree a day. So it will take quite a long time before the floor temperature is at the sort of like ideal temperature. Probably take about a month. So the sooner we can get that on, the better. We just had to wait for our tiles to be down on the floor for 4 weeks before we could get that turned on. So yeah, I can't wait to take you through this week and show you what progress happens. It's just so nice to be home. We've all been sleeping so well in our new beds, and yeah, just really happy. So let's get into this week. Hope you enjoy this video. Don't forget to follow along on my home Instagram account as well, because I post loads of updates over on there too. So if you want some daily updates, head on over there, and let's get into today's video. Place has been transformed already. We've got one cold shelf in, and then we've got our sink run in as well. Look how disgusting our sink is because we haven't been able to wash it down. So this is just like coffee and a bit of toast in there. But as soon as, well, as soon as this is all glued in, the plumber can come to fit our cooker tap. I think this worktop might be a little bit like Marmite. People might be like, oh no, I don't like, they're like, it isn't textured, it just looks textured. It kind of looks like some of it's worn away in some places, but I love it. I just think it's a bit different. If there's going to be any marks on the worktop, it'll be hidden because of the different textures in it. I just think it's so nice. And we have gone for a 20mm top as well, so a bit thinner, which I think is a bit more modern. There has been lots of progress today. So as you can see, we've sorted this room out completely. This was just chock-a-block with boxes. I'm sure you guys can remember, but we've just got this sofa out of the container. This was actually our friend's sofa, and when they moved to Mallorca, they took our sofa bed and left us with this. So eventually we will be putting the corner sofa that's in the main room now in here, because we have ordered some other sofas for the main room, but until they come, this is how we're gonna have the configuration. This table, I love it, but I want to sand the top down so it's a lighter wood, and then I want to paint the legs in the same colour as we have in the kitchen painted, so kind of like a black, like an off black, so everything just ties in a little bit more. Obviously we need all our skirtings and everything, architraves all painted, but at the moment this is how it's going to look for a while. Coats are just here for the moment until we find a new home for them. And then in here, no, this is all still the same. It's a little bit more empty. I'm going to move that desk upstairs into our bedroom so that I have a place to do my makeup. And then over here we've just got this. But this is going to be the next room that we tackle after we tackle this room, because now we have got our worktops. Everything just feels so much better. We had such a productive day today because literally as they were fitting the worktops, I was texting like the plumber and the electrician. Next thing, the electrician walks through the door, so he hooked up our hob. This just needs to actually be like siliconed in nicely. But what I love about this hob, so at the moment, it has got a little ridge down, but that's because it's got some little felt pads it needs to go on. I'm just gonna raise it up slightly. But the hob, once siliconed in, is just gonna be completely flush with the worktop. In our old house, the thing that used to really bug me was that our hob would sit on top of the worktop, and then loads of like bits of food would all get underneath, and it was really, really hard to clean. So I love the fact that that is like this. Also, I was saying to the plumber, any chance of you coming to just fit the cooker tap for us? And he did. So we've got a working kitchen tap. I still haven't cleaned the sink, but I can do now. We just need now to have our cupboards and bits and bobs like that, but that's just going to take a little bit of time because the painter is going to start painting first of all. But yeah, this has just completely transformed the place. Those lights are annoying me a bit because they're a bit wonky. And once we have our shelf in, I can position them properly and make them look really nice, because that one is just completely out of sync. But slowly, yeah, it's starting to take shape. I absolutely love this worktop. I think it's lovely. Over here underneath the telly, this is what it looks like. I think that has just really, really finished this unit off. We've got a join here, I don't know if you can see, but they have joined it so well, the worktop company. Look, even like the grain sort of flows together. That's actually so, so nice. I've got my neon diffuser on. That's got a Christmas scent in it because, you know, it is nearly Christmas after all. And yeah, it's just looking really, really cozy. Chris thinks we should get a new TV because he thinks that's too small now.
It's way too small.
Well, I think that's fine. Maybe a 65-inch, not a 55. But I think it's because the fire is so long that it makes the telly look so small. I also need to find a home for this because that is not in a good place where everyone sort of walks around it because it's getting bashed every now and then. But I cannot wait to clear this worktop and then have a glass of Prosecco. I'm just unpacking these. It actually just feels like it was yesterday that I packed everything away in here. It feels like it's gone so quickly, but then it also feels like it's taken so long as well. But yeah, it feels really good to be unpacking our stuff again. So it's Saturday today and we've made a deal with Rory. We're going to pay him £3, £1 a window, for him to clean these. He has to do inside. No, it has to be.
It should be £2 per window because inside and outside.
No, it's 50p inside, 50p outside.
What?
Per pane. I think that's a very good way to earn some extra cash. So that is what he's had to do. It's the first time we've actually used our Karcher. So we've just filled up this little bit here. Let's see. We've got like Karcher's cleaning product in there and some water. So Rory's just going around getting off all the stubborn bits, aren't you, Rosie? And then we're going to use this guy to vacuum it all up and make the windows look nice. It's just, oh, are you ready to do that already? That's it. I'm actually a bit jealous that you're doing this because I haven't done it yet. Nice. This could be your job from now on, Rosie, the window cleaner in the house. Is that fun? Yep. Quite a sunny day today, so you can really notice all the marks that are everywhere. So that's actually outside, so he's got quite a big job to do. I think this first clean is going to be the worst one, and then we need to go around and get everything off of these bits as well. So yeah, can't wait for these to be nice and clean, because the sun streams in here in the mornings. You can just really, really see all the mess on the panes. Oh guys, we've just had a massive setback. So Rory has just tested positive for COVID. Every week we have to do 2 tests because he's at high school, so he has to do 2 tests to see if he's got it, because obviously loads of kids are asymptomatic. So he did his test this morning like normal. He feels absolutely fine and it's come back as positive. So we're obviously going to go for a PCR test to just confirm that. But we have done 2 lateral flows and they've both been positive, and all 4 of us have done lateral flows so far. We're all negative, but Rory is positive. So I've just texted all the builders who are going to come inside the house. So we're obviously going to have the painter, we were going to have the kitchen guy, who else? Oh, the plumber, the electrician. They were all going to come inside the house this week, and obviously none of them want to come, which is completely understandable. Looking back at it, he actually, I didn't know sneezing was one of the symptoms, and last week, I would probably say it started on Wednesday. He just started sneezing so much. And we thought we'd moved back into the house that day. We thought it was because the dust was really getting to him. And he was also very, very tired, but it was just, there was so much going on. You know, I'd been in Spain, they'd been staying at my brother's house. We had moved out of the rental house. We were then moving back into this house. So we were all exhausted just from all of that sort of upheaval. But then Rory was tired, plus he was sneezing. So I actually think he's had this for a little while and we've just not known, and now that it's been time to test again, it's tested positive. So this week, after me telling you how much is going to get done, not very much is going to get done, but the builders who are working outside, they are still going to come. So they're going to be outside doing the patio, which will be a very good progression. So this week, we're just going to concentrate on sorting the house out a little bit more. And then next week, fingers crossed none of us get COVID. We'll be testing every day, and then hopefully people will be okay to come back in and to finish things off. So yeah, that is what's happened this week. But like I said, the patio will get done, and then we'll just be organising and sorting out the house too. So luckily we already had our worktops installed. Could you imagine if we hadn't even had those done and then Rory had tested positive? So luckily the guy said come in to do that before he did test positive. So yeah, we'll be isolating this week, and then hopefully next week I'll show you guys a little bit more. Today the builders are on patio duty, so I've been waiting for this for such a long time because we haven't had steps down there for such a long time, and the reason for that is because we were trying to decide how we wanted our stairs, and what we've gone for is we've gone for the steps to be a little bit wider than this middle pane in our doors, so that when you look through the house, the stairs just like mirror the doors, and then we'll just be able to go straight down. When you're actually on the grass, the stairs, for how they've like cut the foundations, look really, really small, but then when you're inside and you compare it to like a pane of this glass, it just fits really well, I think. What we have decided to do, because they haven't concreted this bit yet, we've also decided to knock 2 of these blocks out and then to have a step going down that way as well, if we ever just want to kind of like come out of the door and go straight round to the path. So that is the plan. So today they are just gonna like carry on building up the patio and then just finish everything off for the rest of the week. So our stairs are now built. I've just had my first little trip down them. It was quite nice. So what we're going to have done, as you can see, we've got a little lip built up here, and the reason for that is because obviously it's quite a big drop from our patio to our ground, the grass. And then if we want to get some glass balustrades put in, we can just fix it onto that. So they need to carry on with that little lip all the way around here as well, and then obviously fill that in with concrete. But then what we're going to have along here, because this is actually where our original patio ended, not actually the decking was further back. This is where there was just some like concrete slabs along here. So what we're going to have is a flower bed built along here to use that base as our kind of foundations. So they're going to build in about 2 blocks high like this, so 1, 2 on top of each other along the bottom, and then we're going to fill it with soil, and then I'm going to put like grasses in there so that the grasses will then come up a little bit, so that when we look out of the window we see our nice view, but it's kind of going to be like mixed in with some wavy grass. I've got the idea in my head, but yeah, the bed will go all the way along here, and then we're going to probably run it into about there, so that, and then this will be cut back, so that then we'll have a path to be able to go up there, up the side. So it's all just going to be made to look a lot nicer. And then down here still needs to be kind of filled in, and stairs need to be made up there. Our utility room door as well, so they've started making those stairs there, but they need to finish off along here, and then they also need to finish off the path on the other side as well. One more thing that I forgot to tell you is like here, as you can see, we've got quite a high patio, and then it doesn't give our neighbours much privacy. So what we are going to do is we're going to have a batten put on the end of the patio here, and then we have got a really nice fence that will go all the way up to kind of probably about that height, which will then shield us from our neighbours, give them a bit of privacy, give us a bit of privacy, and it'll also just create a nice little kind of cosy nooky barrier bit here. Chris is on blind duty. Jamie has been telling us every morning when he wakes up that he isn't sleeping well because he hasn't got any blinds. So we've finally put them up. Oh, you've done a great job here. Very well installed. Nice.
Don't mess around, Kerry.
No, don't mess around. Jamie's going to be so pleased. Now it's going to be even harder getting him up in the mornings. Also just wanted to show you Jamie's bedding quickly. So we got this from Asda the other day. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a really soft cotton, and then it's a nice grey with like flecks in it as well, so it's not gonna like show up the dirt very much. It is honestly the softest duvet cover ever, and it wasn't that expensive. I think it was about £15 or so. This is the double one because obviously Jamie's got a double bed, and it just looks really nice. This is his favourite way to display his bobbers when he makes his bed in the morning. But isn't that so nice? It comes with 2 pillowcases, obviously, because it's a double bed. Yeah, I'll try and link this as well down below because it's so super cosy. And they did it in lots of different sizes too. And I think I'm going to get exactly the same duvet cover set for Rory's bedroom. Right, so I thought I'd just show you the rest of upstairs. It might still look messy to you, but this is actually quite tidy for us. So the reason that's there is because we still don't have the glass to go there. That is being delivered on Monday though. So hopefully it'll be in next week's video, because I just feel like that's so unsafe there. But because those are really heavy boxes in front of it, it's kind of stopping anyone hopefully falling over the edge. So yeah, that's what that looks like there. But hopefully Dom can come over sometime next week and just get the glass fitted when it's delivered. So I showed you Jamie's room. So this is Rory's room in here. So you can see he's got a telly in there. That is not staying. This is just because it's his COVID setup. It still looks really messy, but that is because we keep emptying more and more boxes from the container. So when we unload some boxes, they're just more to unload. Washing there for Rory to put away, but I just wanted to quickly show you his bedroom. Over here in our bedroom, look what came yesterday. These are our new bedside tables from Dunelm Mill, and I just think they suit this room so well. They were £99 each, which I think is really reasonable for a bedside table. And I was thinking, oh, they're going to be flat pack, maybe they won't be very good quality. But they came all made up like this, and I just think they're really great quality, and they've got really big drawers as well. So there was it was a choice between these or a different one, which was a single drawer, and then it had more kind of spindly legs. But I put a little poll on my Instagram, and someone came up with a very good reason why we should get these ones and not the spindly ones. And it was purely because, well, A, more storage, but B, you cannot see the wires behind. And I thought that is exactly why we need to go for these bedside tables. So yeah, I just love them. I think they look so good. So we've got one on each side. And then those lights, I will try and find similar ones, but we've had those for years. Originally, I thought of having bedside lights hanging from the ceiling, but then I remembered that we had those lights, and I thought, actually, no, we don't need to do that. So we've got those instead. But I just really like those bedside tables. I think they go really well with our bed. I mean, it's not made properly, but anyway. And then, like I said earlier in the video, I brought the desk and chair up here, but there's something that I forgot to show you at the very beginning of the video. We had some blinds installed. You might not even be able to notice they're there, but as you can see, we've got this little cassette here, which is on the front of our windows. So we've gone for the same RAL colour as our windows, which is jet black. And then, just to be fancy, oh, that can go in the bin. Hey, look at this. Remote control, ready? So nice. They're not blackout blinds, but they do make the room very dark. And then we can lay in bed and then just go, doop. They go up. So this may seem like it's fancy having this, but actually these blinds were a lot cheaper than having shutters put in here or Roman blinds put in here. So even though they are electric, they were actually £400 a blind. So we got one in Rory's room as well, which, considering that's for the actual blind, the motor, and them being fitted, I think that is very reasonable. So I'm going to link the company down below in my description box where we got them from, because if you're looking for blinds, and they're a really great company to use. So that is the end of this week. I'm sorry I couldn't show you more that got done, but I do actually still feel like quite a lot did get done. And we are definitely thinning the boxes out. So next week, fingers crossed, we all stay negative, and fingers crossed people come back to finish off different bits around the house. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I will try and link as much of the bits that I have mentioned in this video down below in my description box. But if I miss anything, just write me a little comment and I'll try and link it if I can. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely evening and I will see you guys again next week. Bye.